First on Cup Day, Mr. Verse runs the favourite. Ready. Gates open and they're racing now. And Mr. Verse was away mid-division. Gospel Girl's got pace. Streak of Winning being ridden up from a wide gate to go forward, along with Run With The Tide and poking through Pyroy, and also their Keep Safe driving through as well. Not too far away, Bright Blonde as they find their positions. Two further back in the field to Oceans of Energy. Mr. Verse's midfield, one off the rail, gets into a pretty good spot, the fave. Two further back to Hoot and Holler over on the fence from Bonded Affair, just a little bit keen there. Lion Class is wide, and then came IPO and Pivotal Lad last of all. Streak of Winning found the lead and puts the brakes on. 600 left to go. Leads by a length to Gospel Girl in second. No Luck Run With The Tide, three wide posted in third. Then Keep Safe from Pyroy, who's going back to the inside. Then came Bright Blonde. Mr. Verse about to get into the clear. He comes towards the middle from Lion Class. Back behind the Motions of Energy, and then Hoot and Holler in the straight. 300 left to run. Streak of Winning's got a kick, but Gospel Girl's coming now. Wider than Run With The Tide, and here's Mr. Verse starting to unleash down the centre. Streak of Winning narrowly in front. Run With The Tide and Gospel Girl are coming, and Mr. Verse is lengthening stride now. The favourite Gospel Girl with Mr. Verse driving, and I think got there right on the line. I think Mr. Verse nosed out Gospel Girl. Photo third, Bonded Affair charging home from Run With The Tide. Streak of Winning just felt the pinch late from Pyroy, Bright Blonde, and then came Lion Class from Pivotal Lad. Further back IPO, and then came Oceans of Energy, Keep Safe, and Hoot and Holler towards the end.
Well, I think he's a pretty good horse, this Mr. Verse. He's just got up on the outside there. Gospel Girl was giving a good kick. Run With The Tide between them, and it's close for fourth. Well, he gave him a lovely ride, Ash Morgan, and that was the first half of the race, Paul, and then he was able to get him into a running line, and he rode this track beautifully, Ash Morgan. He waited and waited, probably knowing this guy is first up, and he's been able to get up in the last few strides. He was a bit above himself in the mounting yard, so once he gets his act together, he could be pretty good, this guy.
Absolutely, Maxie. Well summed up. It was an interesting run. Streak of Winning made that run from the wide gate, took it up, put a kick on into the straight, but just a long straight here at the sunny coast, and you could see the others gradually picking off the leader, and you were looking for the favourite, Mr. Verse, and all of a sudden there he came late, chiming in, and got there in the last bound. So numbers across the line at this stage look to be 7, 16 and 5, and 3 and 21 are locked together for that fourth spot, and there was nothing between them. Tony McAvoy trains with Calvin, and Kian has tracked down Tony.
Yeah, I see Tony up here quite a bit now, enjoying the sunshine, and this guy was a great return. I was looking for him, you know he's going to be there late. He obviously likes a bit further, but that was a great return.
Yeah, it really was. I was nervous the 1200 would be too sharp for him, but Ash got him into a really good position today, and then he was a little flat-footed when they sprinted, but he grounded out nicely. He's a really promising young horse, this fellow, by Lope de Vega, who's a world-class stallion, and I think once we get him up towards 2,000 metres, we'll have a nice horse.
Certainly, and he's still very new, Tony. I watched him walk into the yard, and he was a bit full of himself.
Yeah, look, he's not easy, and he melted a bit today, and probably because he's very fresh and not quite screwed down yet. So I think the win is better than it appears.
Right, well done. Looks like it's going to be a good day for yourself.
Thank you so much.
Good on you, Tony. All right, Tony McAvoy and Calvin. Can't forget Calvin. Take out the first here. Very nice horse moving forward. Previously only proven at the mile. He gets it done at the 6 furlongs here this afternoon. 7, 16, 5 and 21 after the running of the first. All right, Ash Morgan, how you going? That was a great return. Nice horse.
Yeah, lovely horse. Done a remarkable job to win over 1200. Really not a 1200 metre horse, but I sort of found my spot. Plan was to be patient, and when Ronnie couldn't get in, it just gave me a back to blend into the race. I don't think it went overly strong, and when they were quickening, I was flat-footed, but I felt there was a lot underneath me, and if I could be there with 50 to go, I was going to get over the top. So they're going to have their fun when they get to 2,000 metres with him, but he's a very nice horse.
Well done.
Thank you, Kian.
A good field assembled. Enterprise Lucia moves up and the red light comes on. Ready to jump. Set. And they're off. And quickly to begin there, Sailor's Secret from out wider. King Yoshi goes forward. Enterprise Lucia starting to work up from Big Boy George, who's driving through in the centre. Caspanova using the rail. He's holding his position there in about fifth. From Shape and Power is out a little wide as turn one comes up. Behind them, Buse, who's got three behind him. Liberty Steps third last from Bow Rider, and out wider, Sultry Siren whips them in. King Yoshi out in the lead by 3 lengths at the 700 metre mark from Enterprise Lucia, who gets across to second. Big Boy George is third. Shape and Power working up out deeper. 2 lengths Caspanova in isolation, so Maloney's got options there on the favourite in fifth. Then came Buse from Sailor's Secret, Sultry Siren, Bow Rider, and last of all was Liberty Steps into the straight. 400 left to go. King Yoshi in front looking to run out 1200. He's 2 lengths clear. Shape and Power running on with Big Boy George, Enterprise Lucia, and here's Caspanova down the outside. He's trying to wind up. It's King Yoshi. 200 left to go. Still 2 lengths in front to Caspanova. Behind them was Big Boy George. Out in front, King Yoshi. He's starting to climb stairs, but he's in front. He's clear, and he wins the Provincial Sprinters final. King Yoshi, too good for them. A length and a half the margin. Photo second, Caspanova or Liberty Steps, who zoomed home the rail. Then came Big Boy George from over on the inside. Buse, Enterprise Lucia. Further back, Sultry Siren. Then Sailor's Secret from Bow Rider, and Shape and Power was last.
Well, he's run the 1,200 metres right out today. King Yoshi from Go to O, and it could start a big day for Billy Healy. Ridden by Ange Jones, straight to the lead, King Yoshi, and at a good tempo as well. Enterprise Lucia was chasing, but nothing was going to catch King Yoshi today. He's got a great record here at the Sunshine Coast. Caspanova getting second, just ahead of Liberty Steps, and then Big Boy George, and then maybe Buse and Enterprise Lucia. But he'd only had the one go, Paul, at this trip and finished at the rear, but today it's all the way to King Yoshi.
Yeah, Max, he's a horse that's always shown a lot of potential. Probably mentally, he was never quite there as he was physically, but he seems to be catching up now. He's now won 3 races on the bounce. Ange Jones rode that horse how you had to ride him. He's a speed horse, let fast horses run. If he didn't run the 1,200, they were going to find out. They gave him every chance, and he was just too strong. Caspanova, Ryan Maloney on the favourite, could not have ridden the favourite any better. Never left the fence until he had to, got to the right part of the track, just couldn't run down the leader, and the 8 and the 14 have wound up in 3rd and 4th. So it's 5, 7, 8 and 14. Local trainer Billy Healy, they don't come much more popular than Billy, and Cairns tracked him down for a chat.
A great run as well. And look, Billy, with the 6 furlongs, I thought last start, he got in that 3 wide pair, and he was very strong at the end of 1,100, so he must have been quite confident. That was a good little field, perhaps even better than today's, that you would be had a good chance here this afternoon.
Yeah, full credit to the team at home and my wife. Actually, he's trained at the farm, and this horse has just improved strength to strength. I've seen him when we run him here and he won on the Poly. I know it was only a Poly meeting, but the horse has just improved throughout the prep. His soundness has never been better, and I was a little bit, had a query of him at the 1,200, but horse is in form, and he's deep into a prep. So I said to Ange before, if he'll ever run 1,200, it'll be today, and she just rides him so well. Like, I think she's 6 rides, 5 wins on him now. She just gets him, and that's the way to do it. Just let him roll along, get him when he's happy. Like, early on you probably think he's going a little bit quick, but no, she sums it up really quick on him.
He certainly does, and that's his asset. Well done, Billy.
Thanks to Cairns.
Yeah, she rates him perfectly, and he does all the damage up at the top of the race, and the back markers, they're always chasing in vain, but that heat that I speak of 2 starts ago, that was very strong behind Chakra Boy, who then won his next race by 5 lengths. Goes around later this afternoon. 5, 7, 8 and 14. Oh, well done, Ange. He's just a beautiful free-rolling horse.
He is, yeah. Obviously the 1,200 was a worry for him, but I was confident he would settle. He settled well enough over the 1,000 last start to suggest if he got everything his way, he maybe could pinch the trip. It definitely isn't his pet trip, and he was definitely done late, but credit to him. I thought he did super.
In seeing out the 1,200 today, that's just showing where he's progressing physically, like he's coming of age now.
He is, yeah. I don't think the 1,200 is never going to be his favourite trip, but I think he was just a little bit better than then today.
Good on you, Ange.
Thank you.
Stands Between those two, I can tell you there's very little between them in terms of the hold. Slightly more money on Press Star, but Certified Copy also quite popular. Then at longer odds, Lucky Lass.
Now, Press Star away fairly from out wide. It was a pretty even line out. Financially Famous has got speed and goes forward. Earn to Burn's trying to rev up. Certified Copies now driving through in the centre. And not too far away, Mashani Extreme now emerging as the leader. Behind them, Goldani the Fence. Pushing through Lucky Lass. Then came Pretty Dubious from Jaggery. Unfaithful's up in that leading division. Press Star beaten for speed. Third last the favourite with Better Luck next time. And Formula Rossa up to the turn. 500 left to run. Mashani Extreme, a bold leader, 2.5 lengths in front. Unfaithful second. Goldani's getting through near the rail. Wider out then Earn to Burn. Even deeper Jaggery. Press Star starting to unleash down the middle. Certified Copy behind them. They're getting here to Mashani Extreme, and Jaggery's chiming in now with Earn to Burn. And then came Press Star down to the 150. It's Jaggery just in front, trying to fight back Earn to Burn. Then Press Star and Certified Copy. Jaggery's getting the wobbles. Earn to Burn's driving. Earn to Burn on the rail took the lead again and won by a long neck and beat Jaggery. I fancy just held second. Press Star third. Then came Certified Copy. They were followed next in by Mashani Extreme from Goldani. Financially Famous. Back behind them, Unfaithful, Lucky Lass, Formula Rossa, and Pretty Dubious towards the end.
Well, he's done it, Earn to Burn. I know he won his maiden there in Toowoomba 2 ago, but this is the kind of ability this horse has got. He's a 2-year-old by Better Than Ready, and he showed a fair bit of ticker there. He didn't want the lead. There was a gear change on him, the winkers off, and he's been able to repel Jaggery, who looked a great chance of winning 200 out, but Earn to Burn towards the inside has got him down late. Press Star was really good there, Paul, because didn't show much speed and had to come around the entire field.
Yeah, it was a great gear change, wasn't it, on Earn to Burn, as you mentioned, taking those winkers off and just got him to settle a bit better and keep his energy for where he needed at the business end. Jaggery, he nearly sent Cowan off with a double-figure winner again. He was there for such a long way. He just got bloused the last bit. And, of course, Press Star flashing home the favourite Certified Copy back in fourth position. But the winner, Earn to Burn, Jack Bruce, Luke Dempsey, as we head to Kian, who's tracked down Jack. I couldn't see you there, Kian, because Jack's about 7'4".
Yeah, Jack's a little bit taller than me. But Jack, my comments on this horse were he's a talent, but he cannot go so hard when he gets up in class, and we've seen some versatility today.
Yeah, exactly, and that's good to see from him because he's always been a handy horse, and I tried to get him ready for the debut early on at the Midget Millions. Was probably all just a bit much too soon, but he's come back well after a break and probably overdid it in those stakes races from wide draws, and when he drew wide again today I was a bit worried, but he was well ridden and he's tough, and probably 1,000, maybe 1,100 is his go now, and he had to pull out all the stops.
Yeah, certainly, and do you think it was a combination of the winkers coming off and being 3 runs in that just took the edge off him a touch to be that little bit quieter in the run today?
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's important because you need the carrots at the end of the race, and the winkers were helpful when he was a big galah, and as he's gotten older and learnt what it's all about, it's probably fired him up too much. So it's really good to get a result with him for a talented 2-year-old that he is. It's nice to be able to find the right race and get it done.
Certainly, well done, Jack.
Thank you, cheers.
Jack Bruce, he's got an operation up here, and he also has an operation down there in God's country, North Brisbane. That's Deegan I speak of, and yeah, Earn to Burn, he certainly has showed some ability. It was all about conserving that energy. All right, well done, Luke. We're just saying this horse used to go very hard in his races, and he settled beautifully today under yourself.
Yeah, he did. Supposed to come back to 1,000 metres. Yeah, he broke smart, but I was able to get into a nice spot, and he's travelled really good through the run, and we've probably gone to a battle early enough of the straight, but he was good and he was tough. He stuck his head down. He really fought to the line. Sorry,
where have you been, Luke? I haven't seen you about.
So,
where have you been? I haven't seen you about.
A few suspensions. I've been pretty stop-start a bit lately, but hopefully now we can get the ball rolling again and keep going from here.
It's good to have you back.
Yes, thank you.
Good on you.
Okay, thank you. Both pass fit to race, obligated and admitted. They move back in. And that light continues to blink. The starter has them once again. No delay, and they're racing now. Slow to move, Heart and Spirit. Cosmic Fire stamped urgent from out wide. Bellegardo going forward with Admitted down low. Overfull not far away. And Lead Me On's pushing through as well. Near the rail was Gin and Tonic. A length and a half further back to Bonfire Spark. Then Benzu, who's midfield and looks to be a little bit wide. Next Obligated the rail from Hoffman, Heart and Spirit. Charming Nick towards the end of the field in company there with also Just Precious, and towards the end was the Sundance. So coming towards the corner, 4:50 to go. Overfull held the lead from Cosmic Fire. Bellegardo's there to strike in third. Then Lead Me On. Behind those horses, Gin and Tonic. Next in the field, then Bonfire Spark from Benzu. Back near the inside, Charming Nick. Now Bellegardo's coming out after Overfull, who's got a kick in the locker. Then came Lead Me On, and late Benzu right down the outside. Overfull is tough. Charming Nick's getting through near the rail from Bellegardo and Benzu. Overfull with Charming Nick driving. Overfull fends them off to win. A tough win. Overfull beat home Charming Nick on the rail. I think second just ahead of Benzu, who has zoomed out wide. In fact, that's pretty close. Behind them in fourth spot was Bellegardo. Then came close up Cosmic Fire in company with also Obligated. Bonfire Spark just behind them, and then came Just Precious, the Sundance from Hoffman. Lead Me On. Admitted pulls up quickly in company with also Heart and Spirit and Gin and Tonic.
11, 7, 13 and 3. Number 11, Overfull. Hip, hip, hooray for this very talented filly. Trained by Peter Roble, ridden by Damien Thornton. She'd been to Melbourne and back last preparation, to Scone and back, again, and then Rosehill last start, and she's just got there. She was up on the pace, burning as she usually does, but she's given a good kick here with no weight on her back, just 53 kilos today, Paul, and she's been able to hold them. The runner-up there was really hitting the line hard, wasn't he, Charming Nick? And outside there, getting home Benzu, but take nothing away from this filly.
Maxie, you almost found a big price winner for the punters. Benzu just missing. 11, 7, 13 and 3 takes us away from the fourth here at the Sunny Coast.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's have a chat with Peter Roble. She's been marvellous, this filly. It's funny, I just had a memory. Remember you bought her here for her first start, and I've never seen you so up and about. You were very excited about what she had to offer, and look what she's done since.
Look, she's been an unbelievable filly for the stable. Like, she's so tough. I think throughout her career, she put in one bad run at Flemington. She's travelled to Melbourne, she's travelled to Sydney, and she just comes race day just pushing 100% every time.
And Pete, those two return runs, like up on speed, she's been there to be beat, but she's been sticking on nicely.
Yeah, she has, and she toughs it out from the start. And you go through a form like she's got form, behind a Raven Summer, Rich Dotty, Manolo Bling, all good horses, and like she's only ever a length probably off them. And no disrespect to anyone, but I thought today's race was probably 2 lengths inferior to what she'd been running in, with 53 on her back. I was pretty confident today that she'd be winning, and I'm glad it turned out that way.
Well done, Pete.
Thank you.
We'll have a quick chat to Damien Thornton. Well done, mate. You sat on this filly first up. She's got a bit of talent.
Yeah, she's quick, and that's sort of her essence. She's just got that high cruising speed. She actually took a little while to get into gear today and find her rhythm. Once she did, she was right. It took a good 300 metres to get there, but once she did, she was good and travelled nice in the corner, and then we weren't waiting for him, so where we went, and she was good enough to hold on.
53 kilos, why would you?
Let him run.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
The favourite here for the Carefully Cat Powerboats Open Play. Red light blinks once again. No delay again. They're racing and steady, ready from out wide left quickly with Chakra Boy, and Economics on his best behaviour today. He's going forward to third. Close there up, running fourth was Vodka Martini. From All That Pizzazz, fifth the rail. Half a length away, Superb in sixth, and then came over on the inside Natuno from Mullane. Safe Work and 2 off Hardware Lane last of all. Steady Ready found the lead. A length and a half in front now to Chakra Boy in second spot. Economics is third. Vodka Martini fourth, then All That that pizzazz. Superb was next in the middle. Natuno going for an inside run there. Next Mullane to the outside from Safe Work and Hardware Lane. Down towards the 350. It's Steady Ready out in front. Still leads 3/4 to Chakraboy, who's coming out after him. Natuno's making ground near the fence, and then All That Pizzazz. It's Chakraboy up to Steady Ready and puts the head in front now. Chakraboy at the 100-metre mark. Next then All That Pizzazz from Natuno, but Chakraboy in great form. Pulls clear and won it well. 2.5 lengths beat a photo second. Superb bursting through the middle with Steady Ready. Then came All That Pizzazz, who may have just missed out and run fourth. Next over Mullane, Natuno from Vodka Martini Economics, Safe Work and Hardware Lane towards the rear.
Well, number 10, Chakraboy, continues his love affair over these short trips. Way up in grade today, but far too good for them. Badly off at the handicaps with his rating of only 82 points, but he has given some good sprinters a galloping lesson there as he puts up almost 2 lengths, close for second. Steady Ready, Superb, and then All That Pizzazz on the outside. Natuno back towards the inside. Well, that's a big thrill for Sharon Livingston in particular, and jockey Nikita Berryman.
Absolutely, Maxie. And it was a good win too, because Nikita let Steady Ready go, which is always risky because sometimes he won't come back. But Chakraboy at about the 200, you thought he's got Steady Ready covered. Is anything coming out of the pack? No, it's not. Steady Ready's actually clung on for second, I think. It's a very close photo that we're waiting for. And Chakraboy in the meantime is off and gone. There are your numbers, 10, 1, 11 and 5. So across the line it's 10, 1, 11 and 5. They've run 57.60. That takes us away from the fifth here at the Sunshine Coast. When we come back, the quaddie kicks off with the Wing Skinnies.
All right, we've got a very passionate trainer with us, Sharon Livingston. She does a great job. And this little guy, he's tough. You keep raising the bar and he keeps lifting for you. Well done.
Thank you. I'm just over the moon. What a little champ. What a little champ.
Would have been happy earlier in the day. You saw King Yoshi win, and we know how good this horse was behind him. You took him to the Gold Coast. He put up a 5-length margin. You've been placing him perfectly. But what's Chakraboy like? What's he like at home?
At home, he's absolutely perfect. He's nice and quiet and everything. When I get to the races, he's an absolute menace. He just gets so anxious, but, you know, he's putting it into his work out there, so that's the main thing. I'll put up with his antics for now.
This means a lot. You know, I've seen yourself with Thelwell when he's been able to get home, and this little guy's just been a revelation for you, so it must be, you know, just so joyful.
Oh, it is so good. And, like, my best mate bred him and his dad, and, yeah, I couldn't get better owners, and he's just a tough little horse. Like, he's done a lot of things wrong up until now, and the last 3 starts he's done everything right, so we're getting somewhere.
What do you got mapped out for Chakraboy? Because like I said, he was stepping up today. He wasn't even well weighted, but he's just raising the bar. What have you got planned for this guy? Is there anything big you want to target?
No, we'll just go back, see how he pulls up, and then have a real good look at the programming and see where we'll go next.
Well done. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to catch up with Nikita Berryman. That was just fabulous to watch.
Oh, it honestly made me look good. It was easy. He jumped out of the gates very well. He loves this track. I said to Shania, it's her birthday today, and I said before the race, I will say happy birthday to you after I win this race. And I was full of confidence knowing how much he loved this racetrack. And like I said, we had a beautiful run. We came to the middle. I had a lap full of horse at the 300, and as soon as I let him off the bridle, he went away with it. So, terrific win.
Saying to Sharon, they keep raising the bar this prep, and he rises. He just keeps stepping up.
He loves it. He really enjoys what he does. But, I mean, you're just seeing Sharon cuddling her horse. Like, it goes to show how much she loves her horses. And, you know, if they're loved and cared for, they try their hardest every time. And that's what our industry is about, loving horses. And, yeah, that's great.
We love you. Well done.
Thank you.
Moon Sweeper goes forward and the light is on. Set and ready. Race 6, the Wing Skinnies. And they're underway. And Millie DeLune, the favourite from the inside, bounced away fairly. Hella Fast has got speed today, goes forward along with Whomso Never. Barbara's driving up in the centre with Ramp It Up, and the 300s going forward even wider. Lockor tucks in behind them on the inside of Moon Sweeper. A length away, Italian Riviera. A punter's caught 3 wide, now 4 wide and goes forward. Then came Noir Emperor, Deeper Easy Love, and then came Beau Dazzler from Millie DeLune, the favourite, 2/3 down the field. 2.5 further back to Bollinger Miss, and then came PB Noir, and Prince Levi is last of all and 10 lengths from the leader. Inside the 1,000, and the 300 takes up the lead. A half length in front. A punter's doing plenty of work. He's wide and going forward to park outside the lead now. Hella Fast is third behind them. Then came Whomso Never. He gets a good run now, fourth. 2 further back, Ramp It Up the inside of Barbara. 2 lengths then in the field to Italian Riviera. From Lockor the rail, Noir Emperor's there as well, and then Moon Sweeper. Easy Love's going forward wider. Next was over on the outside there, Beau Dazzler. Millie DeLune shuffled back, still about 7 or 8 off the lead from PB Noir, and then came Bollinger Miss and Prince Levi in the straight. 400 left to go. The 300 out in the lead. Leads by about a length now to a punter who's trying hard but flat out. Then came Hella Fast. Millie DeLune's trying to wind up near the fence but a long way off them. Ramp It Up's right there. Then Italian Riviera and wider Easy Love, but it's still the 300 going clear inside the 100 metre mark. Ramp It Up runs to second, then a punter and Hella Fast, but all the way here for the 300. A length and a half the margin beat. Ramp It Up a great run second, a punter third, then Hella Fast, Easy Love, next Millie DeLune. Behind those horses, Barbara, Prince Levi, Beau Dazzler, then Italian Riviera, Noir Emperor further back in the field, Bollinger Miss from Moon Sweeper, PB Noir, Lockor, and Whomso Never towards the end.
Well, there's no stopping Angela Jones in the run to the end of the racing season. She's our leading jockey here in Brisbane, and she just showed us why. A great front-running display on the 300 trained by Waterhouse Bott. The runner-up, very good there at a big price, Ramp It Up. A punter did a power of work early, holds down third, and then Hella Fast checking in fourth.
That's it, Maxie. Great ride, wasn't it, by Ange? Up on speed, slipped clear into the straight. You could see nothing was going to get out of the pack and chase the 300 home. And Waterhouse and Bott polish their fit on speed. Can't catch them. 5, 10, 3 and 4. And Kian's gone looking for Neil Payne. He won't be hard to find. He's usually the brightest dressed man on course, and that's no difference today, Kian. And congratulations on tipping the winner out of the yard.
Thank you. I'm fine, Neil. How are you? I always see you on TV and I think, what a fabulous man. You always dress so well. Now I get to see you in the flesh, and we get to talk about this gelding. Interesting, Neil. I thought he would love every bit of the sunny coast, and he certainly has.
You were so right. You were so right. See, the problem with this horse, that he's a bugger at the machines. He won't jump. So, look, we told Ange to keep him warmed up, and if he jumps, put him right into the race, because just over the last 1 or 2 starts, he's just slow away and he gets back and loses interest. So I was really happy when he jumped and Ange kept pushing forward. The pace was a little bit fast early, but she kept pushing forward, then got him balanced once she got to the lead, and gee, it surprised me how well he kicked away. He is a horse with promise, but there's 2 of him.
Certainly. Well, at Ipswich, he had that bit short circuit track. He got buffeted back to last, and you could actually see him even climbing. He got a bit higher in his action, and you can't get a better jockey to let horses free flow into their action than Ange Jones.
Exactly right. She rode it beautiful, and she got really nice hands on a horse. So it was a pleasure to have her on and to ride a winner for the Waterhouse Bott stable.
Well done.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Good on you, Neil. Yeah, fantastic result there. Ange Jones, what a carnival she's having. 5, 10, 3 and 4 across the line after the running of the Winx Guineas here at Group 3 level. All right, she went on a broomstick at the moment. Well done, Ange. And this guy, I watched that last start. He got a bit high in his action. He's loved free-flowing today.
Yeah, no, it's great to get the support from the Waterhouse Bott stable, especially in these races. They're fit, and this horse is probably just maybe not putting all into his races when he gets back, so we sort of really made a point if we could get away clean, we'd set him to the front, and that's how he's been winning, and we were able to do that, and lovely and relaxed in front, and I think he just is a different horse, but he sort of doesn't have other horses to look around, and it was a super dominant win from him today.
Yeah, it certainly was, and your season, mate, you're just having a ripper.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a good season, and try and notch up a few more before I take a suspension next week.
Well done, Ange.
Thank you.
And we are now right to run. The light is on for the Glasshouse, and they are racing. And the Inflictor from out wide was clearly the best one to begin. Grand Impact goes forward with Mississippi Prince driving up on the rail, and I Am Artie looking for a prominent position, gets to fourth early. Wider then came Sunset Dreaming on the outside of Boom Talk, and then Vienna Princess the fence. Warney is midfield and wide, trying to find some cover. Then came Far Too Easy. Behind those horses, Fortunate Kiss on the rail. Between horses as they run towards the side of the course, there was Orton from Gumdrops very wide, and Redford last of all. Towards the side now inside the 800 metre mark, and it's Grand Impact off the rail with the head in front of the Inflictor, who's protecting the fence. A length and a half away, I Am Artie in third. Then came Mississippi Prince, who's fourth. Sunset Dreaming's got a great run fifth there, one off the rail. Vienna Princess next, then Warney, who's exposed at the 550. Further back to Boom Talk from Fortunate Kiss, Orton, and then came Far Too Easy, Redford, and Gumdrops as last. Into the straight at the 425 now, and the Inflictor on the inside. He's about to dig in. He takes the lead again from Grand Impact. I Am Artie's running on. Wider on the track, Boom Talk hitting top gear, and then Sunset Dreamy and Warney right down the outside from Fortunate Kiss. They're across the track. The Inflictor's all out. Fortunate Kiss is coming hard on the rail. Then came I Am Artie. Fortunate Kiss drove through, and here's Orton bursting through as well. Fortunate Kiss and Orton, they hit the line. Fortunate Kiss won the Glasshouse by a neck and beat home Orton second. Photo third. The Inflictor got tired. I Am Artie's there with Warney as well. Then came behind those horses was Redford. Further back in the field came Gumdrops, Mississippi Prince from Vienna Princess, and Grand Impact has finished towards the tail.
Well, Fortunate Kiss and Luke Tarrant coming up the inside. Luke only picked up the ride a short while ago, and he's got the money. He's got the Glasshouse on Fortunate Kiss. Orton produced. He burst through in the middle, missed out by around about a half a length, and then the Inflictor, Warney, and I Am Artie in the middle, and they were followed by Redford. Well, Fortunate Kiss, a little bit stiff. She had a checkered passage in the straight at Ipswich in the eyeliner, but not today. Look at Luke Tarrant riding a hard to the line.
Brilliant win, wasn't it? What an opportunity for Luke Tarrant. He made the most of it. Cut the corner. Warney was wide and then went wider, and in the end, just that run took it out of him, and the inside's where you wanted to be. Fortunate Kiss, Orton. Orton nearly stealing it, but Fortunate Kiss has dug deep. And Luke Tarrant gets the big one here, the Tab Glasshouse of 2025. And I know it's her last day in Queensland, Maxie, but she is finishing on a high. Is our Keane Dickens finding that one out of the yard at $26 or something like that. So she's absolutely on fire. I can't see her. I don't think she's in the collect queue. I think she's looking for the winning trainer.
I wish I backed him, Josie, but that's okay because it's all about Fortunate Kiss, and we've got Ross O'Sullivan to talk to us about this mare, and I just thought she looked so well placed here this afternoon.
Yeah, look, off her last start third, I thought she was very overs here today. Obviously she beat Warney quite convincingly, I thought. So I was quite surprised when the prices went up at what she was. Like, she's pulled up very well from her last start. Hasn't missed a beat the whole way here, and I was very happy coming here today.
A mare that just loves the 1400. It's like a pet trip, isn't it?
Yeah, look, she's super. I think 14, I think she'd probably get a mile, but I think Lloyd and Lucy have her sort of well tuned up for the 1400.
We had to have that late rider change, and Luke's rode her a 10 out of 10. How good?
Yeah, look, Luke rode her perfectly. Missed a kick. I sort of thought, oh no, here we go. But no, I rode her perfect. Had a lovely run in transit the whole way. Didn't really pass the horse. It was perfect. Perfect ride, especially for a pick-up. I know Ronnie's a bit disappointed. He really looked forward to riding her. He galloped her the other day and was very happy with her. But look, this is racing. These things happen. But I'm sure Luke will be delighted.
Good on you, Ross.
No problem, thank you.
Yeah, how good, Ross O'Sullivan there. I cannot wait to catch up with this man, Luke Tarrant. He's a very animated character down here at the Sunshine Coast, and he has dead set risen to the occasion and ridden this mare perfectly. As Ross alluded to, he didn't have to go around a horse. Yes, he was slow away, but she recovered really nicely and got that beautiful trailing spot on the fence. She was on the right horse's back, and there's nothing wrong with that inside part of the track there. She's found very nicely under Luke Tarrant for Kennewell and Yeomans, and she was so well placed here. She was very good last start there at Ipswich, a very checkered passage. And let's catch up with the man of the moment, Luke Tarrant. Well done.
Thank you. I suppose I better give a shout out to Ronnie, poor fella, that hey, sucks to be him.
Now, take us through that. You're a little slow away, but you recovered nicely.
Look, my instructions were just sort of find some cover and produce her as late as possible. And to be honest, I was a bit nervous coming into the straight. I knew I was going to have to switch back to the inside, but look, they can do it when they're the best horse.
Certainly, she's found really nicely, hasn't she?
Yeah, look, she'll only improve off that as well. If there was another furlong, we'd probably win by a furlong.
Well done, Luke.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Lukey Tarrant, he's a little beauty. Okay, they take out the Tab Glasshouse here. 10 beats 2, 3 and 4.
The 16 of them are set at the top of the straight here. In the setting sun, we are ready for the Caloundra Cup. Gates open and they're racing now. The favourite Half Yours was only moderately to begin. He's just drifting back through that first probably 100 metres of the race. Bear on the Loose step quickly from down low with Warp Speed going forward. Out deeper, the right way is charting a course very wide as they come down to the judge with Red Wave starting to poke through. Dark Destroyer's not far away with Hopeful going forward as well. Then came Don Diego de Vega as they have one lap to go here at the Sunshine Coast. Felix the Scat gets into a good spot just ahead of midfield there over on the rail. Next then came Half Yours. They were followed by Hector Damaris. Dillian was next from Nick Auspur. He's a shocker, is fourth last in the first call from Brookhaven. Flasher, the Ipswich Cup winner, second last, and Tapple Doodle Do is last of all. They head up the side of the course now, just over 1,600 metres left to go, and eventually the Right Way took the lead. Has the front here by 3/4 of a length to Hopeful, who's up running second. No luck Don Diego de Vega. He's working forward the grey, and he now takes the lead. Bear on the Loose behind them as the speed slackens. Dark Destroyer comes up 3 wide as well. Then came Red Wave, followed next the inside by Felix the Scat. A length and a half away to Warp Speed. A similar gap then Hector Damaris, who's midfield the rail. Then came Half Yours. He's in a pretty handy spot, the fave midfield, one off the fence. Further back in the field came Dillian from Nick Auspur, who looks to be wide. Brookhaven just in front of it on the rail. Then He's a Shocker from Tapple Doodle Do, and Flasher can see them all. Don Diego de Vega, 9.50 to go, leads out by a half length now to Dark Destroyer in second. The Right Way's wide, now coming forward Nick Auspur. He's taken off a long way from home, and he's now taken the lead clearly, 4 lengths in front Nick Auspur. Bear on the Loose coiled up behind them, then Warp Speed. Felix the Scat off the rail and coming into the race. Then came Half Yours. He's about 6 from the lead from Hopeful, shuffled back. Then Red Wave Flasher from Dillian. He's a Shocker. Hector Damaris, Brookhaven, and Tapple Doodle Do. They're on the bend in the Caloundra Cup. 450 metres to run. Nick Auspur's gone early. He's a length in front of the Right Way, and here's Felix the Scat on the outside hitting top gear. Bear on the Loose back to the rail. Then Warp Speed from Half Yours, who's winding up. Further back to He's a Shocker, and then Flasher. It's Felix the Scat down towards the 200, but Half Yours is gaining, and so is Bear on the Loose on the inside. Half Yours takes the lead, a length and a half to Bear on the Loose. Then Felix the Scat, but here's a stayer on the rise. Out in front, Half Yours romping in the Caloundra Cup. 4.5 lengths the margin. Bear on the Loose second, Felix the Scat third, Don Diego de Vega fourth. Hopeful Very Game in fifth, then Flasher from Dillian. Further back in the field came Tapple Doodle Do the Right Way. Nick Auspur got tired from Hector Damaris, and then Dark Destroyer. He's a Shocker. Warp Speed, Brookhaven towards last Red Wave.
Great call of the Cup, Jared. You'll remember that because I think we've seen something a bit special. What about his charge up the Caloundra Straight? Unbelievable. After being wide early, don't know that he got in much better than 3 deep for much of the journey there, but he was absolutely explosive, this horse. At his first go past 2,000 metres, let me at him. That was amazing. Bear on the Loose rallied hard over on the rails, and then we had number 13 Felix the Scat, and then a gap away to the grey Don Diego de Vega. But have a look at this. Have a look at this. An amazing performance by Half Yours, trained by Tony and Calvin McAvoy, ridden by Ash Morgan. He's put up 5 lengths in the Cup.
What have we seen here, Maxie? We never leave this track on a big day without seeing a potential star. We saw Private Harry the last time I was here at a big meeting, and Private Harry's off to the Everest. Who knows where? half yours will end up. I'll tell you what, it'll be a Group 1 staying race at some stage. 12, 5, 13 and 10. They are your numbers for the 2025 Caloundra Cup. And what a win that was. All I can say is wow.
All right, we've got the man of the moment. That is Tony McAvoy. I'm lost for words. All I can say is, wow, Tony. You know, this horse stepping out of benchmark races, but doing it in style on those big weights, this was impressive.
Yeah, he really was. He's a horse we sourced and purchased and thought he was the right article. And I think he just showed today that he's the horse that we've hoped for. And he looks to have a bright staying future.
And, you know, last start, I was watching that replay. He did so much wrong. We've got lots of upside. Have we got anything mapped out for him?
Look, the whole idea was to come here and get his rating up so we can target some races in the spring. He's achieved that now, so we'll back off him. He won't have a spell, but he'll just go to a water walker and tick over and have a little reward for a few weeks, keeping his muscle, and then we'll take him home to the cold and see where we go.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, Tony. Well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's have a chat with winning jockey Ash Morgan. We saw him here on a very promising horse in Private Harry, and I think we've just witnessed another one.
Yeah, different ends of the scale. One's a sprinter, one's a stayer. He's a proper horse. Yeah. Got into a nice spot. He switched off beautifully for me. It was a very muddly run race. Bailey luckily went and flowed into the race, which allowed me to let him get in a rhythm. And Tony said to me before the race the main thing was to let him rest, because it is his first time at the trip. When I went for him, he exploded. I think he's a proper horse. But thanks to Tony today. Gave me 4 rides today. They're all immaculately prepared and they're a pleasure to ride, and they all ran enormous. So first time riding for stable, hopefully not the last.
And this horse, Ash, just quickly, it was really good to see what he'd been doing on the big weights in the benchmark races. To see what he has to offer on a low weight, it's quite impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. And like I said, his strength is that he relaxes well through run. He's got a fantastic turn of foot. He put him to bed really well there. And like down in the weights, like I said, there's a lot of good race over 2 miles, and there's not really any ceiling for him, I don't think.
All right, well done.
Thank you, Kian.
Thanks, Paul. So we're just about ready now. The lights come on. Last on Cup Day for 2025. Ton of Grit, a well-tried favourite. Set to go. Ready. And they're racing now. And Ton of Grit stepped away only moderately. Winston Smurfield's got great pace, goes forward to lead from National Choice, who's starting to whip up on the outside, and Red Defcon's not far away, lands in third behind them. Then came This'll Be the One, followed by Toes on the Nose. Deep Respect is very wide as they go along the back straight from Ton of Grit, and then the Drover, who's midfield over on the fence. 2 lengths to Northern Decree, being covered up by Just Flying. About 3 further back to Habiba from Galifianakis, and Fat Fingers is last of all. Winston Smurfield, as he likes to do, gets out in front and gets control. Up towards the half mile, 3/4 of a length in front to National Choice in second. Third is Red Defcon. Fourth, the inside there was This'll Be the One from Toes on the Nose as they head to the side. Ton of Grit is a little better than midfield, one off the rail. Then came the Drover from Deep Respect, who's wide with cover. Then came Just Flying, National Choice, Habiba, Galifianakis, and Fat Fingers will turn in last of all. Just over 400 left to go. Winston Smurfield might take some catching here. A length to National Choice. Ton of Grit starting to weave through from Red Defcon. Then This'll Be the One. Toes on the Nose. Wider on the course. Then came Deep Respect trying to wind up from the Drover. It's Winston Smurfield from Ton of Grit knuckling down. Then Deep Respect, Red Defcon, and Galifianakis is coming late as well. In front, Winston Smurfield. Deep Respect lengthening with Habiba out wide, and Galifianakis bursting through. They hit the line. And it's tight. Deep Respect with Galifianakis at any old price. Habiba out wide in third. Then came Winston Smurfield, Ton of Grit, followed by Fat Fingers. This'll Be the One, Northern Decree, the Drover. Next over, Just Flying from Red Defcon, National Choice, and Toes on the Nose. I think Deep Respect might just win here.
Which one did he say? Which one's he leaning towards, Jared?
I think leaning towards Deep Respect, Maxie.
Deep Respect and Galifianakis. Deep Respect and Galifianakis. Oh, close. Heads are bobbing. Oh, that's a difficult shot. But on the outside, we get a better look at this here. Winston Smurfhill had led for a long way, and then they were coming from all over the globe. We can see Deep Respect, one from the outside, and Galifianakis, number 8, coming through. 12 gets it. Number 12, Deep Respect, has got up. 12 from 8, then 15 and 2. 12, 8, 15, 2.
That's it, Maxie. A thrilling race to close off the card. Galifianakis nearly 100 to 1, $81 he went off at, but Deep Respect, the second favourite at $3.90, has got the cash for Kelly Schweida and Robbie Dolan to close out the Caloundra Cup meeting for 2025. Thanks, everyone.
Well, congratulations, Kel. You got the right side of the photo. This horse has been so good all preparation. Just not a lot's gone right, has it?
Yeah, and it didn't go right today neither. We weren't going to run when we seen barrier 20, and I looked through the program and I thought there's nothing else on for him, and Robbie had a plan, but I don't think it worked. He was going to get, at worst...
Plan B.
It was worse, he was going to be 3 deep with the cover, but I don't think he had any cover, so he's done a good job. Really good for the owners. A bit frustrating. Probably left him a colt too long, and he's learned a few tricks, but he's good in the barriers now, and it was really good for the owners.
Certainly did deserve to get the right swing of that photo, because like even last start, just nothing went right in terms of tempo with Castilian just leading up front. Yeah, look, he got first up, he got beat a nose, I think, and then other runs he was a bit unlucky, he had to go right back, so I'm glad he won. Good on you, Kel. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you, Kiana. We're going to love you, and hope it all goes well for you on your new venture. Thanks, Kel. Love you. Right on. All right, we'll catch up with Robbie Dolan, who takes out the last here, and not a lot's gone right for this preparation for this horse, and that win had certainly been coming.
Yeah, he's a talented horse. He's very clever. That's the first time I've ridden him, and he's pretty clever. He jacked up over the side, and I had to sort of stand over him a little bit just to get him to the gates, and then once I done that, he was like, "Yep, all right, I'll go with it." There was loose horses all over the place pre-race. It was a little bit like wacky racers there for a second, but he's actually a nice horse, because I drew wide and I stayed wide on him pretty much all the way down the side. I was right out in the middle of the track. Then I jacked him across, and we ended up getting a lovely card following Damien Thornton there, and I was sort of hit the front a long way from home, and he battled all the way to the line, so it was a good win. Well done. Thank you.